This is Dr. Ransdell, and I would like to do a short video about Mod 3, the method section. You see here, this should look familiar. This is the rubric that's in announcements in our class, and it tells you that to get full credit, you want to have an opening paragraph that restates the research problem and describes how you're going to organize the chapter and make sure it matches your revised Mod 2 as you move down the line with both mods. Then the first subsection should be called Research Participants, the second Research Design, and so on. You want to make sure that you follow rubrics as precisely as you can so that you don't call things a different name and make it hard for your professor to see that you have fulfilled the contents for that mod to get full credit. All right, so I'm going to show you an example, an anonymous example, and step through the extent to which it fits our Mod 3 rubric. All right, I have an example here, and I'm going to show what we need to talk about in order to make this example a little clearer, a little more perspective. And even if you have submitted your Mod 3 or you're very close to finishing it, you're going to be turning it in again when you turn in the last assignment. So you're going to need these comments and these ideas even then. All right, so first of all, you want to make sure that you use the same names as are in APA style. So you don't need methodology and procedures, and that right away off the bat makes me think that perhaps this person isn't hewing as closely as possible to either the rubric or to APA style. And again, I'm trying to make those line up. I don't always, but that's what I'm trying to do. So your first subsection should actually be research participants after the introduction. This is a very nice introduction here. You have an idea of what the purpose of the research is, so that's a strength of this example. But then under methodology, there really isn't anything called that. And you wouldn't start with the procedures, you would start with the participants. So let's move our way down here and see what else the person has done. Let's just jump to research participants. That should be their first section. And what we're looking for here is that you have the qualities of the research participants that are essential to asking the specific research questions that you have in your Mod 2, in your literature review, in your introduction. And so all those details that are required and none of them that are not required belong in research participants. You can use exclusion-inclusion criteria subsections if you like, but you don't have to. Then after that, you want to have something about your design. And here is a good start on a design where we have the survey method described, and then also that there are qualitative aspects of this. And so then we have a good description of it again, and you want to make sure that everything in that research design points to how you're setting up your data. Ideally, you want to talk about who will be receiving what conditions if it's set up that way. You want to talk about anything in the design that needs to be replicated exactly, and have introduced those concepts and given a rationale for them in your Mod 2. All right, instruments and data collection. Again, it's very critical that you call it what's in APA style and also call it what's in our rubric. So here, the method used to collect and evaluate it. So when I see a sentence like that, that immediately makes me think that there is a lot more proofing that needs to be done overall. You want to make sure you don't have any sentences like that just don't have the kind of fullness and clarity that you really need these to be. So this should be, even though we're drafting 2, 3, 4, etc., and putting things together one at a time and through revision, we want to make sure that each individual module is also very highly proofed and revised. All right, we have a nice data analysis section started here. And then I have to actually go up to find the procedure. And again, you want to make sure you call things by their name in APA style and also in the rubric. So this is actually just procedure. And not process and procedure is redundant. And I think you want to make sure here that you have everything that you ask people to do. If it really is just taking a survey, that's fine. But in the research design, you say there's also some qualitative information that's being obtained. So you want to make sure that each section agrees with other sections. So if you find yourself here saying, wait a minute, there is a qualitative thing, then you have to put that in the procedure. What will that be like? All right, so that's a little bit of information about trying to do this. If you add something and you're not sure whether it should be included or not, that's perfectly fine to give me little notes like that. But generally speaking, you only want to stay with APA style and with our rubric. If you have anything else extra, like you're saying you used a library or a database or a Boolean string to search or whatever it might be, those look like they might have been written for another assignment, so you don't really need them here. And if you do recycle assignments in different classes in MHS, that's fine as long as you revise them enough so that they don't overlap, that they really are unique contributions to the course that you're currently submitting them for, and also make sure that they follow the rubric very precisely. That's why I give it to you in that format. All right, so I'm going to end there. If you have any other questions or comments and you want to ask me about those, please let me know, and I will look in course messages to see what you might have sent me. Thanks.